Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. On today's video, we'll be learning how to make this Bubu Kaftan dress, also known as a butterfly gown, to give you that rich auntie vibe. Okay, it's very beautiful, so you can try this out. Alright, for today's video, I have about 2.5 yards of this fabric. So the first thing we have to do is to fold our fabric into 4, because we'll be cutting both the front and back together. So fold fabric into 4. Okay, now for this video, these both parts where they have the closed place is actually the part facing me, because like I said earlier, I'll be cutting the front and back together. Okay, so I'm just going to cut out the black border on top because I'll not be making use of that part of the dress. Okay, and if you're new to this channel, please subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you're notified on when I post a new video. Okay, so this dress is actually a very lovely dress. You can wear it for any kind of occasion. You can wear it to church, you can wear it for outings. You can also make this dress a short pattern of this dress. So we're going to take our measurements now. The first thing is to take the shoulder measurement. The shoulder measurement I'm working with is 15 inches. So we're going to take that divided by 2. So we have 7.5 inch. That's what I just marked out now. Okay, and from there you're going to mark out how long you want your butterfly to be. Can be below the knee, above the knee, whatever you want. Okay, but I'm going to be using 12 inch for that. Okay, because my fabric is not that much, but it would do. So at that point, at the point where I have my 12, I'll be coming down by 1.5 inch for my shoulder slant. When making a dress, always have, because our shoulder is slanted, so you always have to make that shoulder slant. Okay, so ensure you do that. The next thing is to mark out our neckline, working with a neck width of 3 inches and then a neck depth of 3 inches. Now for this part, you can use any style of neck you want. Can be a V-neck, whatever you choose. Okay, and ensure while doing this you mark out your neck depth to be deeper. Okay, maybe 4 inches or 5 inches or thereabout for ease, so when you want to take it off, it will be easy for you. All right, so the next thing is to connect our shoulder slant down to where we have our neck. Okay, to make a connection there, because at the end of the day we'll be cutting that out to give us our shoulder slant. Okay, this dress is actually a very easy dress to make. You can make this with your ankara fabric, whatever fabric you choose. You can make this with that to give you your desired outcome. So the next thing is to measure out the length of the gown we want. Like I said earlier, you can decide to make this to be a short dress above the knee, on the knee point, or decide to make it longer than that. But I'll be working with a length of 48 inches. So because of the hemming allowance I have to fold it, I'm going to mark out 50 inches for this. Okay, so that's what I just did. I'm going to mark out now. Okay, I noticed while making this video, my chalk, I'm using a yellow chalk on white and black fabric, but the fabric I'm working with has some kind of issues and the chalk is not very visible. So please just I'm trying to make this more visible for you. So just cut out that part. That's where the length of our dress would be. So I'm just trying to fix this well, okay, because the fabric was moving a lot. Okay, so the next thing, from the point where we have our 12 inch, we're to cut down, straight down. Okay, you can decide to just mark it out before cutting, so you do that accurately. Okay, start from cutting the neck. Like I said earlier, we are cutting both the front and back together, so we're not going to cut the back after now. We've done that already. So to cut out the shoulder slant. Okay, we're through with cutting that out. Okay, I said we did the cutting of both the front and back together, so this is what it looks like. Yeah, so you can decide to use the material to pipe the neck, but for the sake of this video I'll be using a bias. Okay, for this I'll sew around the neck, place it in front of the material first, sew, and then turn over to the other side and sew. After that, I'll go ahead to stitch down the shoulders of the front and back together. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I've gone ahead to turn the fabric with my bias tape and then stitch down the shoulders. Okay, did the stitching of the shoulders for both parts. Okay, so the next thing is to fold our material. We're going to do the folding throughout. You fold half an inch first and then fold another half again, like that, and then you fold it all through the material. Okay, you've done that. This is what it looks like after folding it. Okay, we're almost at the end of this. Like I said, it's an easy dress to make. So the next thing is to take our measurements. To do that, we have to fold our material back. Okay, just the way it was when we were doing our cutting. You fold it back to that form. Ensure that the necks are on equal parts, the shoulders are equal. Okay, just arranging this out so there will be no issues. Okay, so we're going to take our measurement. Now we're working with a bust point of 10 inches. Okay, going to mark that out, 10 inches. The next is the half length, 16 inches. Hip point of 24. Okay, now if you notice, these markings are done on the front of the material because we're going to sew on the front part of the material. So the next thing is to take our round bust, working with a round bust of 33 inches. Okay, the round bust we're working with 33 inches divided by 4, we have 8.5. Okay, okay, 8.5. So I'll be adding 1 inch to the 8.5. Okay, so I'll be marking out 9.5 inches instead. Okay, then go over to the half length. The round waist we're working with is 30 inches. That is 7.5 plus an extra 1 inch, 8.5. Then the hip too. Okay, 40 inches. So instead of marking out 10, we'll mark out 11. Now this is just to make the dress to have some form of ease. Okay, it's a kaftan dress, it should be free. You can decide to add an extra 2 to 3 inches to your usual body measurement to make it free. It's not meant to be so fitted, it's meant to be free. Okay, it's supposed to have that free. Okay, this is what I was talking about. My chalk wasn't so visible, so I was trying to work on that. Now on the down part of the dress, we'll be coming up by 10 inch, this so that there'll be ease of movement. Okay, because if we decide to stitch it down to that part, to the down part of this dress, you won't be able to move freely. So we connect from the hip line down to the 10-inch mark. Okay, so have to repeat the same measurement for this other part. That's just what I'm doing here. Okay, so I'm just taking out same measurements. Okay, at this point, okay, we're supposed to mark out 9.5 inches. Okay, I made a mistake and then I went back to mark that out, added 1 extra inch. Okay, so endeavor to add, like I said, you can decide to add an extra to 2 to 3 inches depending on what works for you. Just something free. It's meant to be a comfortable kind of dress. Shouldn't be too fitted or body hug. So we're going to come up by 10 inches at this point. Okay, now if you notice, the marking from the hip down to the 10-inch line is actually free. It's not a straight line. Actually go out from the hip line down to 10-inch point. Okay, we already have our human shape visible. So what we're going to do next is to sew on the lines made. We'll go over to the machine and sew on these lines made. Okay, just trying to mark this out well to look good, so just sew on it. So this is what it looks like after sewing. We've actually finished making this dress. Okay, the lines are not that visible. Okay, so do well to, you can recreate this. Ensure to subscribe, like, and drop your comments. Thank you, and see you next time.